Dark beginnings. It started like any other day in the world of crypto, until $1.5 billion vanished into thin air. Bybit, one of the world's biggest crypto exchanges, known for its robust security measures, has always prided itself on being a fortress in the volatile world of digital currencies. With millions of transactions processed daily and billions in assets under management, Bybit's reputation for security was nearly unassailable. However, even the mightiest fortresses can have hidden vulnerabilities. Bybit was hit by a digital ghost, an unseen force that breached its defenses. This wasn't just any ordinary cyber attack, it was a sophisticated operation that took months of planning and precision. A single file, yes, just one, was all it took to compromise the system. This file, seemingly innocuous, was the key to unlocking Bybit's digital vault. It was a masterstroke of cyber espionage, designed to exploit the tiniest of cracks in the system. This file exploited a zero-day vulnerability, a flaw unknown to Bybit's security team. Zero-day vulnerabilities are particularly dangerous because they are unknown to the software developers and therefore have no patches or fixes available. The hacker had discovered this flaw and kept it a closely guarded secret until the perfect moment to strike. The hacker injected malicious code, bypassing firewalls and encryption protocols. This code was not just any malware, it was a custom-built piece of software designed to blend in with normal network traffic, making it nearly impossible to detect. The hacker's expertise was evident in the way the code seamlessly integrated into Bybit systems. This backdoor allowed the attacker to navigate through Bybit's network undetected, moving laterally across servers and databases. The hacker meticulously mapped out the network, identifying key assets and data repositories. Each step was calculated, each move deliberate, as the attacker avoided detection by the security systems in place, leading to one of the largest heists in crypto history, leaving the industry in shock. The scale of the breach was unprecedented, with millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency siphoned off into untraceable accounts. The aftermath was chaotic, with Bybit scrambling to contain the damage and reassure its users. The incident served as a stark reminder of the ever-present threats in the digital age and the need for constant vigilance and innovation in cybersecurity. In early 2025, a series of suspicious withdrawals triggered internal alarms, alerting the financial security team to potential fraud. The initial signs were subtle, almost imperceptible, a few $1,000s here, a few thousand there. But as the days went by, the amounts grew larger and the frequency increased. It was as if someone was testing the waters, seeing how much they could get away with before being noticed. The financial security team, always vigilant, picked up on these anomalies quickly. They knew that in the world of digital finance, even the smallest irregularity could be a sign of something much bigger. The withdrawals were unusually large and frequent, raising immediate red flags. The financial security team quickly mobilized, initiating a thorough investigation. They pored over transaction logs, scrutinized account histories, and interviewed employees. Every lead was followed, every stone turned. The team worked around the clock, driven by the urgency of the situation. They knew that time was of the essence. The longer the investigation took, the harder it would be to recover the stolen funds. The team was determined to get to the bottom of the mystery, no matter how long it took. By the time investigators reacted, the funds were gone, vanishing without a trace. Traced to multiple wallets, bounced through privacy mixers, and finally disappeared into the digital abyss, leaving no clues behind. The complexity of the operation was staggering. The perpetrators had used advanced techniques to cover their tracks, making it nearly impossible to trace the stolen funds. They had exploited vulnerabilities in the system, taking advantage of the anonymity provided by cryptocurrency transactions. The investigators were left with more questions than answers. Who were these criminals? How had they managed to pull off such a sophisticated heist? And most importantly, would they strike again? The disappearance of the funds was a stark reminder of the challenges faced by financial institutions in the digital age. It was a wake-up call, highlighting the need for stronger security measures and more robust defenses against cybercrime. The investigation was far from over, and the team knew that they had a long road ahead of them. But they were determined to find the answers, no matter how elusive they might be. The culprit? A malicious file uploaded through a compromised third-party integration. Analysts believe it bypassed security layers by exploiting a zero-day vulnerability, which is a previously unknown flaw in the software. This allowed the file to infiltrate the system undetected, as there were no existing defenses against this new threat. The investigation was complex and fraught with challenges. Analysts meticulously traced the breach to a malicious file uploaded through a compromised third-party integration. They believe it bypassed security layers by exploiting a zero-day vulnerability. We weren't hacked, we were infiltrated. Panic spread fast across the globe. Trust in centralized platforms wavered significantly. Investors watched in horror as their portfolios shrank. Social media buzzed with speculation and fear. But the question remains, was this an external breach by hackers, or something more sinister? An inside job orchestrated by those we trust. The implications could be far-reaching and devastating, shaking the very foundation of our financial systems. As the news of the market crash broke, it was not just the financial sector that felt the tremors. Ordinary people, from small business owners to retirees, saw their savings evaporate in a matter of hours. The ripple effects were immediate and widespread. Banks reported long queues as people rushed to withdraw their money, fearing a complete collapse. The atmosphere was thick with anxiety and uncertainty. Governments around the world scrambled to respond. Emergency meetings were held, and financial experts were called in to assess the damage and propose solutions. The media was flooded with coverage, each outlet trying to outdo the other with the latest updates and expert opinions. The sense of urgency was palpable, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. In the midst of this chaos, conspiracy theories began to surface. Some claimed that this was a deliberate act to destabilize the economy, while others pointed fingers at foreign entities looking to exploit the situation. The lack of clear information only fueled these speculations, making it even harder for people to discern the truth. Meanwhile, on social media, the conversation was relentless. Hashtags related to the crash trended worldwide and everyone had an opinion. Financial gurus offered advice on how to protect assets while others shared stories of their losses. The digital space became a battleground of ideas, fears, and hopes. As the dust began to settle, one thing became clear: the trust in our financial systems had been severely compromised. Whether it was an external attack or an inside job, the impact was undeniable. The road to recovery would be long and arduous, requiring not just financial reparations but also a rebuilding of trust and confidence in the systems that underpin our global economy. One file, $1.5 billion, 0 arrests. The Bybit hack wasn't just a theft, it was a wake-up call. One file, $1.5 billion, 0 arrests. The Bybit hack wasn't just a theft, it was a wake-up call. The hacker, identified as a North Korean cyber operative, used sophisticated techniques to infiltrate Bybit's systems. This wasn't just a random attack, it was a well-planned operation, likely backed by a state-sponsored group. The hacker's methods were advanced, utilizing zero-day vulnerabilities and social engineering tactics to gain access. The implications of this breach are far-reaching, raising questions about the security of centralized platforms and the potential for future attacks. In the shadows of the digital world, this mastermind has shown us the vulnerabilities we thought were secure. The investigation into the Bybit breach revealed a complex web of digital footprints. Analysts traced the hacker's activities across multiple countries, uncovering a network of compromised systems and stolen credentials. The hacker used advanced encryption and anonymization techniques to cover their tracks, making it difficult for investigators to pinpoint their exact location. Despite these challenges, the team was able to gather enough evidence to link the attack to a North Korean cyber group known for targeting financial institutions. This operation was not just an isolated incident but part of a larger campaign aimed at destabilizing financial markets worldwide. While Bybit worked tirelessly to restore its reputation, the impact of the breach rippled far beyond its own platform. Other exchanges scrambled to review and bolster their security measures, fearing they might be the next target. The incident sparked a wave of fear and uncertainty among investors, leading to a temporary but significant decline in trading volumes across the board. Financial regulators around the world took notice. Urgent meetings were held, and new cybersecurity guidelines were swiftly proposed. The breach had exposed vulnerabilities not just in Bybit, but in the entire crypto ecosystem. Amidst the turmoil, a small group of developers began advocating for decentralized exchanges, DEX, as a safer alternative. They argued that the inherent security of blockchain technology could prevent such breaches in the future. This debate fueled further divisions within the crypto community, but it also ignited a renewed focus on innovation and security. In the end, the Bybit breach served as a stark reminder of the fragile nature of digital trust. It forced the industry to confront its weaknesses and to take meaningful steps towards a more secure future. In response to the Bybit breach, other crypto exchanges began to reevaluate their security measures. Some implemented multi-factor authentication, while others invested in advanced threat detection systems. The industry as a whole became more vigilant, recognizing that the threat of cyberattacks was not going away. The Bybit breach served as a wake-up call, reminding everyone that in the world of digital finance, security must always be a top priority. The Bybit breach also had legal implications. Governments around the world began to take a closer look at the regulation of crypto exchanges, with some proposing stricter laws to protect investors. The breach raised questions about the responsibility of exchanges to safeguard user funds and the potential consequences of failing to do so. It also highlighted the need for international cooperation in combating cybercrime, as the hackers' activities spanned multiple countries and jurisdictions. In response, regulatory bodies started drafting new policies aimed at increasing transparency and accountability in the crypto industry. Some countries even formed special task forces to address the unique challenges posed by digital currencies. This newfound regulatory scrutiny served as a double-edged sword, offering greater protection for investors but also adding layers of complexity for the exchanges themselves. The legal landscape of cryptocurrency was changing, and the Bybit breach was the catalyst. It was a stark reminder that in the digital age, the lines between finance and cybersecurity are increasingly blurred. The world watched closely as the first steps towards a safer, more regulated crypto environment were taken. Despite the challenges, the crypto industry remains resilient. Bybit and other exchanges have learned from the breach and are taking steps to improve their security. Investors are becoming more educated about the risks and are taking measures to protect their assets. The Bybit breach was a significant event, but it also served as a catalyst for positive change. The industry is now more aware of the threats and is better prepared to face them in the future. Exchanges are investing heavily in advanced security measures, including multi-factor authentication, real-time monitoring, and artificial intelligence to detect suspicious activity. Collaborative efforts between exchanges and cybersecurity firms are becoming more common, creating a united front against potential threats. Moreover, educational initiatives are on the rise. Webinars, workshops, and online courses are being offered to help investors understand the intricacies of cryptocurrency and the importance of safeguarding their digital assets. In the face of adversity, the crypto community has shown remarkable resilience and adaptability. The lessons learned from the Bybit breach are paving the way for a more secure and robust crypto ecosystem. This spirit of innovation and continuous improvement is what drives the industry forward, ensuring that it remains a viable and trustworthy option for investors around the globe. Even with advanced technology and robust security measures, the human element remains a critical factor in the fight against cyber threats. The Bybit breach underscored the importance of not only technical defenses, but also the role of individuals in maintaining security. Employees at exchanges are receiving more comprehensive training on cybersecurity practices. From recognizing phishing attempts to understanding the importance of strong, unique passwords, the human factor is being fortified. This is crucial because, at the end of the day, it's often human error that opens the door to cybercriminals. Furthermore, the breach has led to a renewed focus on mental health and well-being within the industry. The stress and pressure that come with working in high-stakes environments like cryptocurrency can lead to mistakes. By prioritizing the mental health of employees, companies are taking a holistic approach to security. Investors, too, are becoming more aware of their role in safeguarding their assets. They are learning to avoid common pitfalls and are more cautious about where and how they store their digital currencies. This collective effort, combining technology with human vigilance, is creating a more resilient defense against future breaches. In essence, the Bybit breach has taught us that while technology is vital, the human element is equally critical. It's a reminder that behind every piece of code and every security protocol there are people. People who must be informed, prepared, and vigilant to protect the digital finance world. In a world where code is currency, trust is the first thing stolen.